Hi everyone, if you're planning a trip to Finland, in this video I'll share some tips and useful information that can really help you make the most of your visit, and maybe even save you some money along the way. If you still have questions afterward, just drop them in the comments. I've also added links in the video description to the places and topics I'll be mentioning. So, let's dive in. The two main seasons to visit Finland are winter, especially if you love snow, and summer. Now, about summer, school in Finland runs from mid-August until the end of May, and most Finns take their vacation in July. That means July is the busiest travel month, so keep that in mind when planning your trip. A lot of people think Finland is just cold. And yes, in winter it definitely can be. But the truth is, the weather can vary a lot, both in winter and summer. In winter, temperatures can swing anywhere from +10 to -40 degrees, though those are extremes. In summer, the warmest months are usually June and July, and in recent years there have even been heatwaves with temps around 30 degrees. My tip is, always check the forecast before your trip so you know what kind of clothes to pack. I've added a couple of links to Finnish weather websites in the description. Remember also to give a like and to subscribe to the channel. And how much does a round-trip ticket to Helsinki, the capital, usually cost? On average, between 250 and 450 euros per person. Of course, the price depends on the airline, the dates, the schedule, and when you book, just like with any destination. For getting around, if you're staying just in the capital area, a multi-day public transport ticket can be really handy. There's actually a train station inside the airport, and you'll also find buses that take you to different places, including downtown Helsinki. If that ticket sounds interesting, you can check out which zones it covers on the HSL website. I've dropped the link in the description. Usually, a ticket for zones A, B, and C is enough. Since the airport is in zone C, they also have a free app, which is super practical because you can just enter your location and your final destination, and it tells you exactly how to get there, which transport to take, where to get on, how many stops, when to get off, any transfers, and even how to walk the last part to your destination. You can buy tickets at the main stations or at kiosks with the letter R sign. You'll see them pretty much everywhere in Finland. One really cool thing, the ticket also covers the HSL ferry to Suomenlinna, which is one of the top attractions in Helsinki. Just a heads up, the ferry leaves from Kaupatori, but several boats depart from that same area. Some are private companies that offer things like cruises, so make sure you get on the right one. Another option for getting around is renting a car. At the airport you'll find plenty of rental companies. Just note that the cars usually don't have GPS, so you'll need your own navigation. Google Maps works great. Also, keep in mind that some driving rules might be different from what you're used to. For example, in Finland it's mandatory to keep your headlights on at all times, day and night, whenever you're on the road. If you're interested in this topic, or want to know how things like traffic fines work in Finland, let me know in the comments and I can make a separate video just about that. There are several local hotel chains in Finland, and one of the biggest is Scandic. Check the link in the description. It might be worth signing up as a member on their website to get better rates. The membership is free. If you book directly as a member, the prices can sometimes be cheaper than, for example, booking.com. I also recommend including breakfast in your reservation. It usually works out cheaper than paying for it on the spot. And hotel breakfasts here are really good, lots of variety, and they often include traditional Finnish foods like karjalanpiirakka. If you see a bowl with an egg and butter mix next to it, that's actually the classic way to eat karjalanpiirakka. Just spread some of that mix on top. In bigger cities, you'll also find large supermarkets that are open 24/7, every single day of the year. Super useful in case of an emergency. But do check first if there are any near where you'll be staying. The main supermarket chains are K&S, but you'll also see others like Lidl and more. Both local chains include different supermarket brands under them, like Prisma and City Market. And yes, supermarkets are open on Sundays too. I imagine you'll probably spend some time in Helsinki. If you want to know what kind of activities you can do there, you'll find links again in the description. And if you'd like me to share more concrete recommendations on attractions and things to do, let me know in the comments. Now, Finland is a really big country in terms of land area. If you get the chance, I highly recommend visiting the Saimaa region, which is the largest lake in the country. One of the main cities on its shores is Savonlinna, where you'll find the famous opera festival held in the medieval Olavinlinna castle, which is worth visiting on its own. My personal tip, rent a cabin by the lake. They usually come with a sauna, a barbecue, and sometimes even a little boat to take out on the water. You can also try freshwater fishing. Just a note, you do need a license, but it's inexpensive. Another great recommendation is to do the Turku archipelago route. The area has tons of islands, and you can actually stay overnight on many of them. The most typical experience is the Saaristen Rengasti, which is basically a ring route where you hop on several ferries that connect different islands. Just a heads up, if you plan on doing the full route, one of the ferries requires booking in advance, and that one isn't free. Honestly, this route could be a whole video on its own. There's a really good website with lots of info and links. I've added it in the description. Or feel free to reach out to me if you're interested or need some specific advice. If you're heading up to Lapland for hiking, fishing, or just exploring, don't be surprised if you see reindeer herds right by the road. The landscapes are filled with pure nature, especially forests, and more forests. About the language, most people speak English really well. When it comes to payments, credit cards are used a lot. You can pretty much use them everywhere. Finland really is a unique destination. What makes it shine bright on the world map is its pristine nature, its thousands of lakes, the friendly people, and the food, which might be different from what you're used to, but it's honestly delicious. And even though it might surprise you, yes, there are beaches here. Some are sandy dune beaches that are actually quite large, like the ones in Pori and Kalliopi. The vibe in Finland is both cosmopolitan and very local at the same time. It's also a country with an interesting history, and while many old towns have been lost to fires over the years, since so much was built with wood, some historic centers still remain. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate your like and subscription. And if there's a specific place or topic you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comments. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.